Welcome to the Learning Lab class, Digital Privacy Basics. My name is Melissa, and I'm one of the Adult and Teen Services librarians at the Arcadia Public Library. We're discussing the topic of digital privacy and how to protect yourself and your privacy online. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at some behaviors that can protect your privacy online while using the internet. So let's get started. First, before we jump into behaviors that can protect you and your privacy online, let's briefly talk about what you might be protecting yourself from and how the internet works in the first place. Generally, the internet is a network of computers and other mobile devices that are connected by internet service providers to data centers and servers that store information, or sometimes called the cloud. When you connect your device to a particular website, it connects through many different machines and systems. Your computer or mobile device also has a unique address, called an IP address, so that it can interact with the internet, and having this unique address makes your device individually identifiable. When you interact with services and websites online, your actions are tracked in a variety of ways. The most common of which is through cookies, which are small files that your device stores when you visit a website. Websites also have third-party trackers that are used to provide ads and other online content. Cookies and these trackers can and do follow your movements across websites and your internet usage. Even your internet browser has a unique configuration, and that browser information is shared with the websites as well, so that websites can display their content correctly. These configurations are often unique enough that they can be traced and tracked to an individual device and IP address. Not all tracking is inherently malicious. It can serve several purposes, such as a website trying to figure out usability or display ads that are of interest to you. Companies, websites, and other services are often able to provide free products or services because they are collecting data about you that they are able to sell to advertisers to support their business. Search engines can and also do collect search history. The thing to know about using the internet is that by default, based on how the internet is set up and how websites and services function, your actions, searches, behavior, and data are tracked and often sold. So what can you do about it? It is extremely difficult, if not impossible, to use the internet completely anonymously, but there are steps that you can take to prevent some of the tracking and data collection that occurs to increase your privacy online. First, let's talk about general internet browsing. Most internet browsers offer some form of privacy or incognito mode. These options help protect you from the next person who uses that computer from knowing your browsing or search history. These options do not, however, keep websites, search engines, or internet service providers from tracking you or accessing the information that you've entered on websites. Privacy and incognito modes can be thought of as local solutions to increase your privacy, but they don't address the overall issue. If you are interested in browsing or searching the web more anonymously, there are some protective behaviors and online actions that you can take. First, there are a number of browser extensions that you can install to your browser. Browser extensions can be added in your browser in the settings for your browser and by searching the extensions you're interested in. First, for additional security, there is HTTPS Everywhere, which will automatically add HTTPS, which is the updated standard encryption method, to any and all websites that support it automatically. HTTP was the old encryption standard, but HTTPS is the updated standard. You want the website you're visiting and interacting with to be encrypted so that the data that's passed between you and the website is not freely available to someone who might intercept it. Let me show you how to install this browser extension in Firefox. So I'm here in the Firefox browser, and to add an extension, I would head up to the right side hamburger menu and go down to add-ons and themes. When I'm here, I can browse in the center, but I can also search in the upper right-hand corner. So I'm going to search for HTTPS Everywhere. And it'll bring me a list of search results. If I click on the title, it'll bring me to this page that has additional information about the browser extension, including a description and permissions that the extension needs. I'm going to go ahead and click Add to Firefox. It will have you consent again to the permissions, and you'll go ahead and click Add. Then you can make the decision about whether or not you want it to run in private windows. I'm going to indicate that and then click OK. And I'll know that it's installed because the icon will appear in the upper corner. If I click on the icon, it will give me additional information about that extension. If I ever want to uninstall an extension, I can come back to the add-ons and themes and click over in extensions, and it will indicate all the ones that you have enabled for your browser, and this is where you can remove them. Two other browser extensions you might consider are Privacy Badger and uBlock Origin, both of which work to prevent tracking on websites. Privacy Badger blocks ads and third-party trackers that follow you around from website to website when you're online. uBlock Origin is a content filtering extension, but it also blocks ads. Let me show you how to install a browser extension in the Chrome browser. I'm here in the Chrome browser, and to add an extension, I'm going to want to go to chrome.google.com/web store. You can also just put into a search engine the web store for Chrome, and it'll get you to where you need to be. And within this web store, this is where you can download the extensions that you're looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and search for Privacy Badger. And you'll notice that it's this first one that came up. If I click on it, it will give me more information about the browser extension, what its privacy practices are, some reviews, and other information. If I am interested in this one, I can go ahead and click Add to Chrome, and it will have you consent to the permissions that it needs. I'm going to go ahead and click Add Extension, and it'll take just a minute to install. And in this particular case, the extension has a website that allows you to figure out how it works. But if I ever want to manage my extensions or check on how they're doing, if I click on this little puzzle piece in the upper right-hand corner, they will all be listed below. And the ... is where I can get to more information about the browser extension. And I can also manage it by clicking on the icon that enables it. And as I'm using an internet browser over time with browser extensions turned on, they will indicate to you how they're working, what they've blocked, and additional information. So once these extensions are installed in your browser, they're going to work in the background. If you're interested in what they're doing or the status of an extension, like I mentioned in both the Firefox and the Chrome demo, you can click on the icon in the upper right-hand corner of your browser for additional information. From time to time, these extensions may block part of a website or cause part of a website not to work, but you can usually disable the extension for that website or add an exception if you need to. Finally, if you want to limit your search history from being tracked, I would recommend the search engine Duckduckgo. Duckduckgo is a search engine that doesn't collect or share your information, it doesn't keep your search history, and it doesn't track you across the web. DuckDuckGo also has a browser extension that you can install that gives websites a letter rating for privacy. It blocks trackers, and it provides additional information about whether or not a site is encrypted. Finally, DuckDuckGo also has their own internet browser that you can download and try out and use. They have additional information about all of their different offerings on their website. In this video, we went over some behaviors that can help protect your privacy online while using the internet. Join us for our next video where we'll be talking about privacy and security on mobile devices. Feel free to reach out to library staff if you have any additional questions.